Captivate provides you easy-to-use workflows to create standard e-learning interactions. But if you have to make some custom changes to your courses, you might need to use advanced actions. Let me take you through the steps to use advanced actions with this example interaction. You can create two types of advanced actions, standard and conditional. And in this example, we will learn how to use both these types of interactions. In this screen, I've added a multi-state object for this character image. If I go to Properties and open the state view, you will notice there are two states, correct and incorrect. These states have to be triggered on click of these buttons. For this requirement, I can easily use the state change action from the Properties Inspector. But if you wish to change the state of the character, display a message to try again, or maybe good job, and play some audio as well, you will not be able to use the actions from the Properties Inspector. In such cases, you will need to use Standard Advanced Action. Let's take a look at the steps for creating a standard action. To access the Advanced Actions panel, go to the Project menu and select Advanced Actions. In the Advanced Actions dialog, add the action name. I'll name this as Correct Answer. Then double-click the first line under Actions section and select Change State of Character and then select Correct. Then double-click the second line, select Change State of Message and then select Good Job. In the third line, we will double-click and select Play Audio. And then select the audio clip by double-clicking and then selecting correctsound.mp3 and then click OK. Now this advanced action will execute these three actions altogether. With this advanced action created, click Save as Action and click OK. Now we need to create an advanced action for the incorrect answer option. To do that, let's duplicate this advanced action. Click the Duplicate Action button on the top right corner of the dialog. This will create a copy of the advanced action. Let's rename this advanced action to Incorrect Answer. And then, in the first line, double-click Correct and change it to Incorrect. On the second line, change Good Job to Try Again. And then, double-click correctsound.mp3 and replace it with incorrectsound.mp3. Then click Update Action. Click OK and close the Advanced Action dialog. Now we need to assign these actions to these three buttons. First, let's select the Correct Response button, go to the Actions tab and on Success, change the action to Execute Advanced Action. And then select the Correct Answer script. Now, select the first button and then press and hold the Shift key and select the third button, as we need to apply the same action to these two buttons. Now, go to the On Success tab, scroll up and select Execute Advanced Action, and then select the Incorrect Answer script. Now let's preview this interaction. Go to Preview and select Project. Clicking the Incorrect Response button will change the pose of the character to incorrect and show the Try Again message. And clicking the Correct Response button will bring up the correct pose and display the message of Good Job. Similarly, if I click the third button, it will again display the message of Try Again and show the incorrect pose. Now let's take this interaction to the next level, where the next button on this screen will appear only when these three buttons are clicked. To do that, first we need to create three variables, one for each of these buttons, to tell Captivate that these buttons were clicked. To do that, let's close the preview first. And then go to Project and select Variables. Here, click Add New and name the variable as button 1. Leave the value field blank and click Save. Similarly, click Add New, name the variable as button 2 and click Save. Then create a new variable for button 3. After creating button 1, button 2 and button 3 variables, close the variables dialog. Then select the next button on the screen and click the eye icon in the Properties Inspector to hide it from the output so that when the screen loads, the next button is not visible. We will turn on the visibility of this button when all the buttons on this screen are clicked. Now it's time to modify the advanced action to add a conditional component to it. For that, let's go back to Project and select Advanced Action. In the existing actions list, select Correct Answer. Now, rename this action as Option 2. Here, we need to add a fourth line where we will be assigning some value to the button 2 variable. Let's double click here and select Assign. And then select button 2, which is related to the correct answer, and then select literal and type Done. And before you hit enter, copy this text so that we can use it for the other buttons. I'll hit enter and you can see a check mark here. Now go to the Untitled To decision. Here we need to select the Conditional tab to convert this decision into a conditional decision. With checking this option, you will see that you have the If, Actions and Else section activated. In the If section, double-click the first line. Select Variable and select button 1. And then in the comparison operator, select is equal to and select literal and paste Done. Then hit the Enter key and copy this line. To copy this line, you have to select the line and click the copy button above it. Then go to the next line and click Paste. We will paste it one more time. Now in the second line, instead of button 1, replace it with the button 2 variable. And in the third line, replace button 1 with the button 3 variable. Here in this If section, we are checking if the value of all 3 variables is changed to Done. This will happen only and only when these 3 buttons are clicked. And in case all these conditions are true, we want to show the next button on the screen. So in the Action section, double-click the first line and select Show. And then select the next button. Then to save the changes, click Update Action. And click OK. Now that we have created this action for option 2, let's go and replicate this so that we can use it for option 1 and option 3 as well. To do that, click the Duplicate Action button and rename this as option 1. Here in the first line, change correct to incorrect, good job to try again, and correct sound to incorrect sound and click OK. Also for the fourth line, double-click button 2 and change it to button 1. For the second decision, we don't need to make any change because every time any button is clicked, this is the condition we need to check. With these changes done, click Update Action and click OK. Now let's copy this advanced action so that we can create an action for option 3. Click Duplicate Action, rename it as option 3, and then here we just need to make change to the fourth line by changing button 1 to button 3. Rest everything remains the same. With that, click Update Action, click OK, and close the Advanced Actions dialog. Now select the Incorrect Response button on the stage and select the script as option 1. Go to the Correct Response, let it be option 2, and for the third one, select option 3. Now let's preview this slide. We'll go to Preview and Project. Notice that the next button is not currently available. When I click one of the buttons, I click another one, and then I click the third button, you will see the next button appear over here. This was one of the simplest examples of using advanced actions in Captivate. You can use this advanced functionality to build complex interactions and customize the functionality of your course to the fullest.